Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Ollie Hayes, and today I'm bringing the Everton news 24/7 for Monday, the 7th of July. So, straight into it today with today's headline, and it comes from the club themselves, and they've officially confirmed that Idrissa Gana has finally signed his new Everton contract. As we know now, it's going to be a 1+1 deal, so he signed it initially for an extra year until June 2026, and that's going to have an option to extend it to June 2027. Fantastic news. But I won't bore you with my reaction once again. If you want to hear my reaction to the new contract, my reaction video was posted earlier today for more thoughts. But I just wanted to touch on Idrissa Gana Guye's club interview. He's outlined how he feels like this is a massive turning point for the club, with a chance to build something special and bring Everton back to where they belong. First of all, I massively agree. I think the stadium is a massive turning point for the club. It gives a real good platform for us to build on. But also for me, it feels like there's been a massive mentality shift with the club. It's the first time really we've seen a feel-good factor amongst the players, amongst the coaching staff, amongst the fan base. So long may it continue, and fingers crossed we can get some new faces through the door to really build on that. So that's where I'll go to next in today's news video. And elsewhere, according to Matteo Moretto, he's reported that we have interest in Douglas Luiz of Juventus, with Fulham also inquiring for the player. And this has also been backed up by Fabrizio Romano, who said that multiple Premier League clubs have been in contact with Juventus regarding Douglas Luiz. Before I give you my thoughts, we did an X poll earlier today, and of around 5,000 votes, 87% were in favour, 9% were unsure, and 4% were against. So a pretty resounding majority in terms of being in favour of Douglas Luiz. But I massively agree. I think he's a fantastic player. He's the exact profile of player we should be going for. Was maybe a little bit unfortunate to leave Aston Villa when he did. I know they were probably embroiled in some PSR issues, which maybe he was a casualty of and had to be sold just because he was an asset of the club. But that being said, he struggled a little bit at times over in Italy for Juventus. But there's no doubt about it. There's a player in there. And what I will mention is his set piece ability as well is fantastic, and it will give us a little bit of a different dynamic to say Dwight McNeil from set pieces. We have lacked a real natural set piece taker in recent years. So if he were to come in, I think we would be, finding the head of Jared Branthwaite, James Tarkowski, and the potential of Tierno Barry from set pieces all over the pitch. So I think it's a decent link, and I would be very happy if he were to come to the club. But elsewhere, Team Talk have reported that we are interested in TAKEFUSA KUBO of Real Sociedad. As well, we also are considering Amari Hutchinson and Tom Fellows as part of that report. We're in the market for a right winger, aren't we? It's clear to see. Obviously, Jack Harrison leaving the club, Jesper Lindstrom leaving the club, both at the end of their loan deals. We're going to be in the market for a right winger. TAKEFUSA KUBO, I think, is a fantastic player. He's a right profile of player. Has had spells at Barcelona and Real Madrid, so that tells you everything you need to know about the type of player that he is. Amari Hutchinson had a difficult spell at Ipswich last season, but there's no doubt about it with him. There's also a player there, and Tom Fellows as well. He's maybe a little bit more of a developmental signing, which you can sort of mould into the finished article in years to come with right coaching. But they're three players that I think are the right profile as well. I think I'd be very happy if any of those three came to the club, but maybe two of those three if you were to sign Tom Fellows, as he's a little bit more developmental than, say, TAKEFUSA KUBO or Amari Hutchinson. But elsewhere, according to Marca in Spain, they've reported that the signing of Nicolas Tagliafico to newly promoted Real Oviedo is slipping away, with the feeling that they can't compete in terms of wages with Everton, West Ham or Sevilla, with Roma also being well placed to secure the signature of Nicolas Tagliafico. That's an interesting one because obviously we are going to be in the market for fullbacks. As we know, we've had Kenny Tete obviously sign a new contract at Fulham, so that one slipped away. Obviously, Kyle Walker's gone to Burnley, who was another potential fullback that we would have signed. So Nicolas Tagliafico is obviously on a free transfer after leaving Lyon. I think he's a player maybe that we should be going for in terms of, he's got that pedigree, he's got that quality that maybe we haven't seen in a free transfer that's cropped up for Everton yet. You look at the likes of Vladimir Sofal, for example, he doesn't really have the same quality as Tagliafico, but again, the wage demands will probably be very high for this one. So let's just see what happens. But obviously West Ham, Sevilla, Roma, all in the picture as well. So it wouldn't be an easy one to complete. But elsewhere, we'll move away from the men's team now and we'll focus on Everton women's. And they have signed Japanese defender Rion Ishikawa from Urawa Red Diamonds. That's a little bit of a mouthful. And also, according to Emma Sanders, we're closing in on a loan deal for Katie Robinson of Aston Villa Women, with this deal also including an option to buy. Listen, Everton women are really putting in a good performance in the transfer window and massively improving their squad. So they're going to have a good season, I think, going into Goodison Park. There's obviously a feel-good factor around the whole club, men's team and women's team. So they are making some serious business in this transfer window. So fingers crossed that can catapult them up the WSL. But away from the transfer window now, and finally regarding the pre-season friendly event with Roma, Peter Reid and Fabio Capello have been confirmed as the two managers for the Legends game in what is shaping up to be a fantastic afternoon, which, seeing in the new stadium, seeing in the new season with a fantastic event against Roma, a fantastic afternoon is in store, and I'm looking forward to it. But that is all for today's news. Let me know your thoughts on obviously Idrissa Gana Gueye signing his new contract, but also the potential incomings of the likes of Douglas Luiz or Nicholas Tagliafico, for example. But that is all from me today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.